Have you ever found yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., wondering why sleep just doesn't come as easily as it used to? Maybe you fall asleep quickly, but then wake up multiple times through the night. Or perhaps you wake up before dawn, completely alert, but also completely exhausted. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we age, sleep can feel like a puzzle we just can't quite solve. Now here's something you might not know. Poor sleep isn't just frustrating, it can actually speed up the aging process. Yes, really. Sleep plays a massive role in our longevity, memory, immune system, and even how our skin looks. And the good news? There's a lot we can do to get better sleep, naturally. So in this video, we're diving into 6 powerful tips that can help you sleep better after 60 and boost your longevity in the process. These aren't random tricks or trendy sleep hacks. They're grounded in science, backed by real stories, and most importantly, they're doable. Before we keep going, I'd love your help with something. If you're enjoying this video so far, comment Y below. If not, comment N. It helps me know what's working and what to improve. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Now let's dive deeper. Let's start with something that sounds so simple, but often gets overlooked: our natural circadian rhythm. It's a fancy term for your internal clock, the system in your brain that tells your body when to feel awake and when to feel sleepy. But here's the thing, as we get older, this rhythm starts to shift. Melatonin, the hormone that helps us sleep, decreases with age. And as a result, our sleep-wake cycles can get thrown completely off track. That's why tip number 1 is, stick to a consistent sleep and wake schedule, even on weekends. It might sound too basic to matter, but let me share a story. I have a friend named Gloria. She's 67 and used to stay up late watching old movies, then sleep in on some days and get up early on others. She'd constantly feel groggy, like she was jet-lagged without going anywhere. Then she tried something simple. She started going to bed at 10 p.m. every night and waking up at 6:30 a.m., no matter what. Within 2 weeks, she told me, I feel like I'm 10 years younger. Her energy came back, her mood lifted, and she was sleeping through the night. There's actual science behind why that worked. According to researchers at Harvard Medical School, keeping a regular sleep schedule helps regulate your circadian rhythm, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. It also helps your body produce melatonin at the right time. And here's the best part: when your sleep improves, everything else improves: your memory, your immune system, even your blood sugar regulation. But here's the catch: when your schedule is all over the place, your body doesn't know when to wind down. It's like trying to cook dinner without knowing what time guests are arriving. You're always guessing, never quite prepared. So if you've been going to bed at different times depending on how your day went, or what's on TV, I want to encourage you to try this one small shift. Pick a bedtime and wake time that works for your lifestyle, and stick to it. Treat it like a meeting with your best self. Give it 2 weeks and see how you feel. I think you'll be surprised. Now you might be thinking, okay, I can try that, but what if I still wake up in the middle of the night? That's a common concern, and we're going to get to that in just a moment. Because night waking has some fascinating causes that often go unnoticed, and we'll talk about how to deal with them naturally. But before we get there, I want to introduce one more powerful insight that builds on the first. Because sticking to a schedule is great, but if your body isn't producing enough melatonin in the evening, that schedule alone might not be enough. That brings us to the next powerful step: getting morning sunlight. You might be surprised that something as simple as sunlight could be the key to better sleep, but let me explain. When you step outside in the morning, ideally within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking, your eyes take in natural light, which sends a signal to your brain. It's daytime. Let's be alert. This helps reset your internal clock and, crucially, triggers a cascade of hormonal responses that lead to the production of melatonin later that evening. Think of it like setting a 14-hour timer. You get bright light in the morning, and then like clockwork, your brain knows when to start winding down at night. There's a 2021 study from Stanford University that showed people who got just 30 minutes of natural light in the morning had significantly better sleep quality and fewer sleep disruptions compared to those who didn't. And here's the kicker: the benefits were even more pronounced in older adults. It doesn't have to be complicated. A short walk, watering your plants, sipping coffee on the porch, it all counts. I know someone who started sitting by a sunny window while journaling each morning, and within a week, her sleep improved dramatically. So if you're looking for a simple way to help your body sleep better tonight, start tomorrow morning by stepping into the sunlight. It's completely free, has no side effects, and could transform how you feel by bedtime. Now, we've talked about keeping a consistent sleep schedule and getting morning sunlight. These two alone can shift your entire sleep cycle, but we're just getting started. In the next part, we're going to uncover why many people over 60 struggle with staying asleep and what you can do to fix it. Plus, we'll talk about one nighttime mistake that's quietly stealing your rest without you even realizing it. So stick around, we're about to dive even deeper. Before we begin, I want to make one thing clear. This video is for informational purposes only and is based on publicly available research. Everyone's health is different, so always consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your lifestyle, diet, or exercise routine. Scientific knowledge is always evolving, and what works for one person may not work for another. Alright, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to it. We've already talked about the power of a consistent sleep schedule and the importance of getting morning sunlight to reset your internal clock. These two steps help your body know when to feel awake and when to power down. But what if you're still waking up in the middle of the night, sometimes more than once? This is one of the most common sleep complaints after 60. And guess what? It's not just about aging, it's often about your environment and your hormones. Let's talk about tip number 3, eliminate hidden nighttime disruptors, especially blue light. I want you to think about your evenings. Are you scrolling through your phone in bed? Watching TV right up until lights out? Reading on a tablet? Even small amounts of blue light from screens can trick your brain into thinking it's still daytime, which delays melatonin production. And without enough melatonin, your sleep can become shallow or fragmented. There's a fascinating study out of Harvard Medical School that found blue light exposure before bedtime suppressed melatonin production by more than 50% and shifted the circadian rhythm by up to 3 hours. That's massive, especially if you're already struggling to fall asleep or stay asleep. Here's a quick story. My cousin Mike is in his early 70s and swore he was just a bad sleeper. But when we looked at his routine, he was watching late-night news on a bright TV screen until midnight every night. Once he started dimming the lights around 9 p.m., turning off screens by 10, and switching to a book with a warm reading lamp, he started sleeping longer and deeper. He was shocked at the difference. It was like my brain finally understood it was bedtime, he told me. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up screens altogether. Just start dimming them. Use blue light filters, switch to night mode, or try blue blocking glasses if you must be on devices. Even better, begin creating a wind-down routine that signals to your body it's time to rest. Which brings me to something equally important, your evening habits. Tip number 4, develop a calming pre-sleep routine to encourage melatonin and reduce stress. We often expect our brains to go from full speed to sleep mode instantly. But sleep doesn't work like a light switch, it's more like a dimmer. You need time to slow down. Think about the things you do right before bed. Are they helping your brain settle, or keeping it in high gear? A good wind-down routine can be your secret weapon. For example, 20 to 30 minutes before bed, you could take a warm bath or shower. This helps raise your body temperature, which then drops after you get out, signaling to your body that it's time to sleep. Do a little gentle stretching or deep breathing. Just 5 minutes of slow, intentional movement can help your nervous system relax. Listen to soft music or a guided meditation. There are great free resources out there. Apps like Insight Timer or Calm can guide you gently into sleep. Sip a non-caffeinated tea like chamomile or lemon balm. These herbs have mild calming effects and can become part of your sleep ritual. There was a 2020 study published in Sleep Health showing that people over 60 who used a consistent, calming bedtime routine had significantly better sleep quality and fewer awakenings, especially when combined with reduced screen exposure. It's all about telling your body, hey, the day is over. Let's start slowing down. And let's not forget, stress is one of the biggest sleep thieves out there. Even if you're not fully aware of it, underlying anxiety or mental noise can keep you tossing and turning. One thing that's worked wonders for many people I know is keeping a worry notebook by the bed. Just before lights out, jot down anything on your mind, unfinished to-dos, little concerns, anything. It doesn't solve the problems, but it gives your brain permission to let them go until morning. I know a retired teacher who started doing this nightly, and she said it felt like clearing her mental desk, like cleaning up before closing shop for the night. Now, while we're on the topic of stress and hormones, there's another big player that often gets overlooked in sleep conversations: cortisol. It's your body's main stress hormone. Normally, it's higher in the morning and drops at night to help you wind down. But as we age, or if we're under constant stress, cortisol can stay elevated at night, making deep sleep difficult. That's why your evening routine should include practices that actively reduce cortisol. That might be journaling, prayer, slow breathing, or even just turning off the evening news if it gets you riled up. You get to choose what calms you. And for those who like something tactile, weighted blankets have shown promise in reducing nighttime cortisol and improving sleep depth. They're not for everyone, but they've helped many older adults feel more secure and grounded during the night. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned so far. A consistent sleep-wake schedule helps reset your body clock and makes sleep more predictable. Morning sunlight is a powerful tool to boost melatonin production and improve sleep quality later in the day. Blue light in the evening confuses your brain, so it's key to limit screen use and dim lights at night. A relaxing wind-down routine, including a warm bath, gentle movement, or a cup of herbal tea, can prime your body and mind for deeper rest. But we're not done yet. In the next part, we'll dive into nutrition, nighttime awakenings, and how your gut health might actually be affecting your sleep. We'll also talk about what to do when you do wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep. There's more to the sleep puzzle than meets the eye, and you're getting closer to solving it. Let's keep going, because if you've ever woken up at 3 a.m., wide awake with your mind racing, you know how frustrating that can be. And unfortunately, that kind of fragmented sleep becomes more common after 60. But there are ways to work with your body, not against it. Now, if you're just joining us, we've already talked about setting a consistent sleep schedule, getting morning sunlight to regulate your internal clock, cutting back on evening blue light, and building a calming bedtime routine. These are foundational. But here's something that surprises a lot of people. What you eat, and when you eat, can play a major role in how well you sleep. Tip number 5 is this: support your sleep with the right nutrition, especially in the evening. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, Clara, is 71 and very health conscious. She always eats clean, but she noticed that she was waking up hungry in the middle of the night and sometimes couldn't get back to sleep. After a little experimenting, she realized her light dinners were leaving her blood sugar too low by 2 or 3 a.m. She added a small evening snack, just a little almond butter on whole grain toast or a few walnuts and banana slices. And suddenly, the 3 a.m. wake-up stopped. There's science to back this up. As we age, our ability to regulate blood sugar overnight becomes a little less efficient. That means if your blood sugar dips too low while you're asleep, your body might release cortisol or adrenaline to bring it back up. And that's what can wake you up suddenly. Now, this doesn't mean eating a big meal before bed. That can actually interfere with digestion and make it harder to fall asleep. Instead, think light and balanced, a little protein, a little healthy fat, maybe a complex carb. It's about keeping your blood sugar stable, so your brain doesn't send out an alarm in the middle of the night. Here are some easy examples: a handful of almonds or walnuts, a few slices of turkey or hard-boiled egg, oatmeal with chia seeds and berries, a slice of apple with peanut butter. And speaking of nutrition, let's not forget about magnesium. It's one of the most underrated minerals when it comes to sleep. Magnesium helps regulate neurotransmitters that calm the nervous system and prepare your body for rest. A study in the Journal of Research in Medical Sciences found that magnesium supplementation significantly improved sleep time, sleep efficiency, and melatonin levels in older adults with insomnia. Foods rich in magnesium include leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, avocado, and dark chocolate. Yes, just don't overdo the chocolate before bed. You can also ask your healthcare provider about a gentle magnesium supplement. Many people find magnesium glycinate or magnesium citrate helpful for relaxation and sleep. But what about those times you still wake up in the middle of the night? Here's where a shift in mindset can make all the difference. We often panic when we wake up thinking, "Oh no, I'll never fall back asleep. I'll be a mess tomorrow." That anxiety just makes it harder. Instead, try this. Don't force it. Don't check the clock. Don't grab your phone. Instead, stay relaxed and restful, even if you're not asleep. This is something sleep specialists call passive rest. Your body still benefits from it. Sometimes I suggest people focus on something calming like breath counting or imagining a peaceful place. Others like a body scan, just mentally relaxing each part of the body from head to toe. These gentle techniques reduce frustration and often lead you back into sleep without you even realizing it. And if after 15 to 20 minutes you still feel wide awake, it's okay to get up, but keep the lights low and do something quiet and non-stimulating. Maybe read a calming book or listen to soft music until you feel sleepy again. It's all about avoiding stimulation while keeping your mind calm. Now, we've talked about sleep routines, light exposure, and food, but I want to shift gears to something even deeper: your mindset around aging and sleep. Many people over 60 start to believe the myth that poor sleep is just part of getting older. But that belief in itself can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you expect sleep to be bad, you stop doing the things that could make it better. But here's the truth: yes, our sleep needs may change with age, but that doesn't mean quality rest is out of reach. In fact, many older adults start sleeping better than ever once they understand how their body works, and work with it instead of against it. Let me tell you about Dennis. He's 74 and used to be up 3 times a night, grumbling that sleep was a thing of the past. But after he committed to better habits, like regular walking in the afternoon, a magnesium-rich dinner, and no news after 7 p.m., he started sleeping almost 7 uninterrupted hours. Now he jokes that he's sleeping better than he did at 40. This transformation isn't rare. The body wants to heal. It wants rhythm and rest. Sometimes all it needs is consistency and compassion. And speaking of healing, there's something truly beautiful about sleep. It's when your body does its deepest repair work. Growth hormone is released. Cells regenerate. Your brain clears out waste proteins that, if left unchecked, may be linked to cognitive decline. In fact, research from the University of Rochester found that the brain's glymphatic system, kind of like its washing machine, is most active during deep sleep. So when you invest in your sleep, you're not just getting rest, you're investing in your future self. Let's take a moment to remember the big ideas from this section. What you eat can affect your sleep. Choose a balanced, sleep-supportive dinner and consider a light snack if you tend to wake up hungry. Magnesium and stable blood sugar are crucial allies in staying asleep through the night. When you wake up, stay calm. Treat your rest time gently, even if it's not perfect sleep. And above all, believe that better sleep is possible, because it absolutely is. In the final part coming up next, we'll bring it all together. I'll share the key takeaways, how to put all of this into a real-life plan, and a few final words to inspire you to take that first small step tonight. You're closer than ever to the rest you deserve. Stay with me, we'll wrap this up together. You made it to the final stretch, and if you've been with me through this journey, I want you to take a moment to appreciate something. The fact that you're here means you care deeply about your health, your energy, and the quality of your life moving forward. That's no small thing. It's easy to overlook sleep, to just brush it off as something we can't control. But the truth is, you're more in control than you think. So let's take a deep breath together and recap what we've learned. We started by talking about the natural shifts in sleep that come with age: lighter sleep, earlier wake-ups, and the occasional restless night. But instead of just accepting those as the new normal, we dug deeper. We learned that there are real, doable steps we can take to support deeper, more restorative sleep, even after 60. We talked about the importance of keeping a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. It may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful ways to support your body's circadian rhythm. Then we explored morning light exposure. Getting natural sunlight early in the day resets your internal clock and boosts your melatonin production later at night. It's like telling your body, this is morning. Let's wake up now and rest later. We looked at the damaging effects of evening blue light, from phones, tablets, and bright LED lights, and how reducing that exposure helps your brain know it's time to slow down. That's when your brain starts producing melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. And then we walk through building a calming bedtime routine, a time to wind down, unplug, and give your body and mind permission to relax. Whether that's reading a book, taking a warm shower, doing gentle stretches, or just sipping herbal tea in silence, it sends a clear signal. You're safe. You can rest now. In part 3, we dug into how nutrition supports sleep, especially in the evening. Keeping blood sugar stable with a small, balanced snack and nourishing your body with sleep-supportive nutrients like magnesium can make a real difference. And we talked about shifting your mindset, letting go of panic when you wake up at night, and trusting your body's ability to rest, even if it doesn't always look perfect. Now, I want to leave you with this final tip, one that might be the most important of all. Start small. Pick one thing. Do it consistently. So often, we hear a list of helpful habits and feel overwhelmed. I can't do all of this, we think. And you know what? That's okay. You don't have to. Sleep isn't fixed in a day. It's a practice, a rhythm, a relationship. If all you do tonight is turn off your phone 30 minutes earlier, that's progress. If you take a walk in the morning and get some sun on your face, that's a win. If you decide to stop drinking coffee after noon, or try a calming stretch before bed, those are beautiful steps. Because consistency is what makes these habits powerful. Over time, small choices become patterns, and patterns become health. Let me tell you about one more person who really embraced this. Her name is Grace. She's 68, and for years, she thought her sleepless nights were just part of aging. She tried sleeping pills, herbal teas, white noise machines, you name it. But it wasn't until she focused on her daily rhythm that things changed. She committed to 3 things. 1. A 15-minute walk every morning. 2. No screens 1 hour before bed. 3. A short gratitude journaling practice each night to calm her mind. 3 things. That's it. After 3 weeks, she told me, I didn't just sleep better, I felt proud of myself again. That pride matters. That self-trust matters. Because sleep isn't just about getting more hours. It's about restoring your energy, supporting your memory, protecting your heart and your brain, and giving you the vitality to enjoy your life. And here's one more science gem for you. This one always gives me chills. Did you know that during deep sleep, your brain performs something called synaptic pruning? It's like spring cleaning for your thoughts. Your brain gets rid of unneeded connections so that the important memories and information stay strong. This is how we stay sharp. It's one of the reasons sleep has been so strongly linked to reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease and cognitive decline. A 2020 study from Boston University even showed that deep, slow-wave sleep helps clear out toxic proteins like beta amyloid from the brain. Proteins that, when allowed to build up, have been associated with dementia. So if you've ever wondered, does sleep really matter? The answer is a resounding yes. Sleep isn't just rest, it's repair. It's protection. It's renewal. And here's the beautiful part. It's never too late to start sleeping better. You're not too old. Your body isn't too far gone. Every night is a new chance. Every habit you build is a gift to your future self. So tonight, choose one small thing to shift. Maybe it's light. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's your inner narrative. But choose and trust that it's worth it. We'd really love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions for future topics or questions you want answered, write to us in the comments below. We're here to help, and your input could inspire our next video. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on more practical tips for healthy aging. Here's to living your best life at any age. Sleep well, my friend. You've earned it.